Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for TEZOS or XTZ. Before getting into the analysis itself, I wanted to mention that this asset was voted in the Discord to be covered next, so here it is. If you want to vote or have a say for the next asset that I will create an analysis for, join the Discord. On this video, I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer some counts over another. Let's get into it. So starting here on the weekly time frame, let's take a look at the RSI first. We've had this downward channel for quite a while since February 2020, and we've had loads of these areas where we could have been shorting and getting some really good gains. Currently we are again at the bottom of this channel. Of course we can't be trading just based off this, as this is a weekly time frame, but overall this could be a confluence to some of the analysis that we do if we want to be bullish at these levels. So let's get into this whole structure. Let's start with the 2-day time frame here and start with this count here. As we don't have much price history back here, I started the count from the very tip top here. All-time highs are around $12 and 11 something cents. So from here I see an ABC, another ABC, and then another ABC, creating a WXY here. This could be something else, of course. It could be something that is part of a larger downwards trend, but I just don't see the price here, and this was the best chart I could find at the moment. So WXY will suffice for now. Of course, this whole structure looks kind of different, or a lot of different in arithmetic scale. So we're going to be jumping with the logarithmic chart and the arithmetic charts throughout this video. So starting here again with this count, starting from the bottom and looking for higher prices, we've had this possibility of being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A, then 3-way structure here into B, and then 5 ways again into C wave, so A, B and C. This again creates us a primary W here, and then we have W, X and Y here. I mainly had this as a WXY just because of this last leg here is clearly more looks like a 3-way structure than anything else. So that's the reason there. Now here for the wave Y, we have possibility of this being just a WXY. Same here, the last leg of wave Y looks like 3 waves here, so that's why overall WXY and not an ABC. This would conclude our WXY up here, and again after that the whole structure would be done, and then we would be starting another structure downwards. Now we have a couple of different scenarios, so let me explain this whole structure here. Let me hide some of these so we can actually see what we're looking. So starting from this one, let's take a look at these vertical lines here. This is again time analysis based on comparing the time it took to create W to create wave Y. So we pivot the first extension, or starting from the start of W to W and then to X, and here we can see the minimum targets. Basically we are right around the corner of 0.33, which is the third of the W wave for the wave Y in time, which we did not hit. So it is possible that wave Y is not completed up here, and instead it could be up here. We can get a 3-way structures on both of these, which would get our wave Y here, and it wouldn't really change too much things. Instead the next structure here would be starting from the tip top here and not here. So that is one possibility. Of course there is also a possibility that this whole structure here in the middle, this one, is just a connector to connect this first leg into the second and then third. Right, so that would be another 3-way sequence, and at that point we would have only the wave Y here. Now I don't really like about this too much, just because it creates the wave Y so much bigger than the wave W in time. So yeah, that is the reasonings. So my favorite currently, it would be most likely this wave Y here. So again, WXY mostly in here. Okay, so those are the scenarios here overall. Then I want to share another bearish count because I found this one very good as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now short wave 4 is very large here, and that is why I wanted to create a separate count for it. On the previous one we had this as a 5-way sequence, then currently we have this as a 5-way sequence. Oops. So comparing these two structures, I would argue that the first one, or this smaller one here, is better looking, but they are both valid, so therefore I wanted to present them. On this count we have this structure going from start here, A, B and C. 3 5-way moves, sorry, the middle one is not 5-way, 5, 3 and 5, creating an ABC zigzag. Here I had to be making some creative decisions here to create this a possible ending diagonal, contracting one. Now on arithmetic scale it looks pretty wonky. On arithmetic scale I really don't like this at all, as it does not really measure up. We can see that wave 3 is larger than wave 1, but wave 4 is clearly smaller than wave 2. So in that sense this is invalid. Of course when we are looking at on logarithmic scale it does look valid, but again this whole structure here is not that good looking. I'm still keeping it here though, just for the case of being a logarithmic scale and wanting to end something up here. Of course we had that WXY count here as well, that could end here, but it wasn't as probable. Now on a higher time frame, let's take a look at the only bullish case that I could find, and for this we would need to go to arithmetic scale. Now in this one as well we have some kind of expanding diagonal, where we have two scenarios. So let's go into log2 just to check out these structures as we see them better there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A here, 3 ways here into B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here into C, creating a 1 of primary, 2 of primary, 3, 4 and 5. Again, all should be zigzags here, unless they are some kind of WXY, which is again double zigzag. It is possible for this to be a 1 over here as well, but having this A here and the C would be here then. B would be again here, and the wave 2 instead would be here. So both of these are possible. I kind of like this first set better, as it creates or gives us a better looking trend line here on the top one. If we are pivoting it from here, we would have it even higher. Of course this does not really matter, as the endpoint here is the same, the 5th of primary, completing the cycle 1. So either of these works pretty well. So this is the bullish scenario. At this point we would be looking for something to end this whole structure, wave 2, and then let's color it in, because I like colors. Of course on arithmetic scale we have come down so deep already. Let's take a look. 86% from the all-time highs. So again, it is more probable this to be a wave 1 than anything else. Golden pocket here. Let's take a look at the volume. Volume is not telling us much. All it is telling us is that if we are going to be losing these levels here, we are going to be battling the losing game here. Of course, with this chart, however, we have to be keeping in mind that the volume basically starts here around 2019 August. So we don't have any data on volume wise before this one. So that has to be kept in mind. Yeah, and that definitely makes sense since all the volume drops off here. But it is a questionable thing that what do we have here? Is that a lot or not? But yeah, that's pretty much everything on higher time frame. Let's take a look at these possible corrections that we have here. Now this is basically, I think, my favorite at the very moment. Let's close actually this one here. Yeah, take off that volume as well. On 4 hours, again, this is the high of October 2021. And since then, we could have had this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 expanding, leading diagonal into A, 3 waves into B, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wave 4 and wave 1 are not overlapping, so there's no issues. However, this structure here in the middle for the wave 3 is a bit problematic. Let me explain. Is just because we could place, or when we are placing this Fibonacci extension, there we go. We have to place it not from here, just because if we are pivoting it like this, we can see 1 to 1 is here, meaning that wave 1 is larger than wave 3. Wave 3 can never be smallest. So we have to be pivoting it from here, and we have some kind of expanding flat here. At that point, we can create the wave 3 larger. And that's the only finicky part about this count, to me at least. Currently, we can see that on this last C wave, we have 1, 2, and 3 is coming beyond the 1.618, which is again expected. At this point, we did not have any extensions here on the wave 3, so we could be looking for extensions here on the 5th wave. If we are calculating that, we could be looking at these numbers here. At least on a logarithmic chart, we could be having a look at one of the targets at around $1.13, another one here at 71 cents. Yeah, that is pretty much that. On higher time frame, again, on this ABC count, we could be looking at these targets. Let me fix that again. And this 1-to-1 target is just met right now on a logarithmic scale. Nothing else really screams too much that is confluence for these lower time frame counts. Maybe this 1.382, which is at 78 cents, but again, there is a big gap here of 9%. So can we allow that? Maybe. So overall, this area here anyway, 74-ish cents, plus minus 10 cents, or 5 cents. So yeah, that is one medium time frame explanation. Other one is if we are indeed starting the count here, where we had some count ending, we could have this as an ABC, some kind of a expanding flat. So here we would establish the same idea of having an expanding leading diagonal into 1, 2, and now we would be looking for wave 3. Now this would only become more probable if the price gets down here around 59 cents. That is where we have the 1.618 extension of this third wave. Before this, I would be only looking into the zigzag possibility, because yeah, that would rule out basically the zigzag. Well, not rule out, but it would make this count more probable. Of course, we're going to be tracking both of them in case this wave 4 would get invalidated here or something. But we'll see. Again, just one idea here. Then lastly, we have another count, but instead of being any impulsive count or any diagonals, I managed to fit some kind of three-way structure here. Having said that, we have a W, X, and Y here into a W, then a small time frame ABC into X wave here, and then 3 waves here into wave Y. Now the wave X is very small in time, but again it retraces very well here, close to the golden pocket, but not quite. For the wave Y, again, we have this zigzag pattern ABC, into W this time. Then we have 3 waves up here, which could end the W here. At that point, we could have this as an ABC or a WXY. We can fit 5 waves in here or 3 waves as well with a double zigzag coming down to here. So it is possible to have the W here or here. Of course, X is a bit weird that it does not take out the first highs here that I created if we are placing the X here, but again, it is possible. Then wave Y is possible also to end already here. So again, this could be a different degree, minor if we are having the X here, we'd have WXY here to end the count. Now, after that point, we would have been looking this as some kind of expanding flat, possibly. Let's take a look at the maximum extension B wave can go to, and that would be here around $1.04. If the B wave goes beyond this, then it is more likely to be something else, and we'll be looking into some other possibilities. But for now, we can look at this whole structure as an ABC, ABC, and then a C wave to come. So something like this. Again, it would be an expanding flat, and we would be assuming it goes beyond the start of this or the end of the A wave, so higher than $2.25-ish cents. So a massive gain here if we are indeed going to be playing this. I would be looking into this if we are seeing 5 waves clearly upwards, then pull back for wave 2, and then we could be looking for higher prices, at least to aim for the wave 3 or a possible C wave. So yeah, that is my goal here. What else did we have? We had this possibility if this indeed completes as an ABC here in the minor. It is possible that we are still going to go down, and this count would suggest that. So what this ABC does is create a connector for either creating this larger W, X, Y, X, and Z pattern, or this is the even more bearish scenario in which we have completed indeed the wave Y here, creating a connector for this whole structure and then continuing downwards to create another leg down comparable to this first one. So that is the scary thought behind here. But it is possible that we are again correcting a bit less. Now, that is pretty much all those. Overall, I would be tracking more of these impulsive counts as they are lining up more with the overall scenarios that I have for Bitcoin and for S&P 500. But again, the WXY has to be kept in mind if that happens, or if that would happen, it would be really bearish. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to share today. If you have other counts you would like to share, there's a link to my Discord server in the description below. Also, if you would like me to update a certain other asset, let me know as well in the comments below. For now, I thank you for watching and hopefully see you on the next video as well. Bye bye.